Just check it out for yourself. Follow me.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's had a good week so far. Just get this a little more adjusted. I've actually had to answer quite a few messages this week telling people, hey, like I'm still alive. I've kind of been a little ghost as of the last on and off for the last few months, so I do apologize. Trying to get back into the swing of things, and we're going to start it off right because truthfully, I'm actually really excited about tonight's episode just because it is close to where I'm from. First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Brian Furby. He came in clutch today, helped me out. I was I was out at work and I broke my beard comb, and I was devastated. And so Mr. Furby, being former with Can You Handlebar and a good friend, I hit him up and I said, hey, I need a beard comb and I'm in the Louisville area. And he said, come on up, man, and I'll get you squared away. So big shout out to Mr. Furby. What's up, Aaron? Big Aaron D. Johnston coming in. First comment tonight. So thank you, Aaron. Hope you're doing well, brother. So the guest I have on tonight, Mr. Matt Patty from Chattanooga, Tennessee, running the Beard-A-Nooga competition. I'm very shirt's back on. I'm glad your shirt's back on. This Chattanooga is very near and dear to my heart. It's right around where I grew up. So to see a competition going on down there is a big deal. I'm actually really excited because I get to go home and see some family for a change. Most of the time when we hit the road and travel, it's 500 or 1,000 miles in the other direction most of the time, it seems. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Without further ado, Mr. Matt Patty. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how are you, sir? How you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Mr. Business over there, you've got so much going on. You've been getting a lot of time out there in the last few weeks. It's kind of ramping up real quick. How you taking all that?
Oh, it's fun. It's always fun. Anytime that we can get like a lot of attention for a good cause, man, I love it. Love it. And so it's like that's kind of where I get my energy sometimes. And so it's like the more attention we can get on this thing, the better. So I love it.
Man, I was really excited. I seen you post up earlier this week, and you were talking about you were on the news.
Yeah.
So, what's up, man? I love that because it's like, hey, I used to watch that news channel, and then when you made your post earlier, I noticed that you tagged WUSY 101, and I was like, US 101. I was like,
yeah.
I went to my very first concert because of US 101 way back when. So for me, a lot of what I've been seeing has definitely been more nostalgic, and it's all area that I know. Granted, Chattanooga is definitely not the same from when we were growing up.
Oh.
Chattanooga is a lot bigger now. So,
man, I've lived here my whole life. I moved away for just a couple of years, but I've lived here my whole life. And Chattanooga is not the same as it was even 2 years ago, or we'll say 3 years ago.
right.
But that's okay. Chattanooga is still Chattanooga, and I love it, and it's still beautiful. And I don't think I would want to live anywhere else, honestly. At least for right now. Actually, I don't like it here at all. So you guys really shouldn't come at all.
Don't move there. Don't go to the Harrison Bay area. Don't do.
Yeah, do not do any of that stuff. But US 101 is going to be Stickman from US 101. He's their afternoon guy. He's Mo and Stickman show. He's going to be a part of it. He's the MC, man, and it's just like I tell you that US 101's been around for so long. I remember being a kid growing, just like you said. I don't know if you remember David Earl Hughes. He was one of my favorite guys. I love the DJs there, and it's like just all that and being in the studios at Channel 9. It's like you see stuff as I remember watching Neil Paschal as a kid on Channel 9, and it's like you go in those places and it's like, wow, it's like I'm able to do this just because I have a freaking beard, man. Just because we're doing some cool stuff with beards, and it's like, sometimes I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's got a point. Saudi Daisy ain't the same either. No, I remember Saudi Daisy being a small place. So,
No, they're building out now towards Saudi Daisy and Sale Creek. That's like the next horizon for Chattanooga is Sale Creek.
no,
Oh,
Lord,
man,
Sell
yeah.
Creek. Good Lord, there's so much history there. Like my fun fact, not my grandmother, my aunt, uh, she ran the old school. She's the caretaker for the old school in Sale Creek. Has been for 35, 36 years, something like that. Like all my entire life, she's been the caretaker for that old concrete building, one of the first schoolhouses in South Creek.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, it's like I said, it's that's my family down that way. So, but no, man, and you're right. Like Chattanooga, is Saudi Daisy, South Creek. I wouldn't be surprised if they annex. I mean, it's all Hamilton County anyway. So, but
Pretty much, it's coming soon. It's like Chattanooga is such a beautiful place, and it is growing substantially fast. And it's coming. It's okay. It's all right. It's all
but
right.
that just, I mean, like with the area expanding the way it is, there's a lot of benefits that come from it. There's a lot of headaches that come with it as well. As somebody who lives in a larger city, and I live in Lexington, Kentucky,
Mhm.
it definitely changes the way you see things. So, but with all that being said, the cool part is Chattanooga is a pretty centralized location, and you're
Mhm.
going to pull a lot of people in for this competition. But one of the first things I want to do is I kind of want to jump into a little bit of your backstory, talk a little bit about how you kind of came up, because like I know you're a barber.
Mhm.
How long you been doing the barber thing?
So I've been cutting hair for 16 years now. Been in hair business for 16 years. I started out cutting everybody's hair. I was cutting men's hair, women's hair, all the above. My passion has always been men's hair and specifically beards. My grandfather had a beard and made me. I guess I just fell in love with beards because of him. You know, and so been I've been. I guess I've been cutting beards. Really, you could say I've been cutting and trimming beards kind of full time for the last 8 years. Just mainly focus on beards. Of course, I do hair too, but man, we do a ton of beards, and so yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that.
It's as somebody who does go to a barber for a beard, for a beard trim and whatnot. Just because I don't trust myself to do it.
Hmm.
Uh, it's nice to see somebody that does more of a focus
Hmm.
in on beards, because it only half a snip and you can wreck
Oh
somebody's
yeah,
beard. So
100%. I mean,
like
I tell you, the easiest way to kill a beard is to do it yourself. It's like watching your beard like die a slow death all the way to the bathroom floor, man. Like I hear stories all the time of guys, well, I thought I had a 3 guard on, but really I had a no guard on, and I thought it was this, and really it was that, and I had a couple drinks last night, and then I thought it was a great idea. It's never a great idea, y'all. It's so hard to do. Like this and that, it's so hard. So yeah, finding a good barber or someone that really knows how to do beards is a pretty big deal. I think I like it. I like being able to be the guy that you guys come to. You know what? I'm not a mechanic at all. I can't fix things. I can't do any of those good things, but I can help your beard look better. So therefore, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be the beard guy.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, honestly, like we need a good beard guy, and
There you go.
you get into some of these bigger competitions, they'll have barbers on site, to help trim you up and get you cleaned up, right
Hmm.
before you go across the stage. Like I think it's a pretty cool niche to kind of put a focus and emphasis on. So, but that's not all you've done. What over the last couple of years, you started a Chattanooga Beard Company.
Yeah, we started from being a barber and having clients just asking for stuff and me not really loving anything that I like. I mean that I tried, loving the smell of it or anything. I started making stuff in my kitchen and kind of offering it to my clients and just kind of trial basis and see if I had anything. I messed around with some recipes for a couple years, and I took Chattanooga Beard Company to a tattoo convention. So I it was called Chattanooga, and so I took took 100 bottles of oil, my barber chair, and me, and we sold 85 bottles of oil that weekend. And I said, well, we may have something. And so we just I kept tinkering with it. A couple of guys pushed me along the way to help out. One of them is a bearded villain. David Ramsey helped me out a ton, pushed me out along the way. He was like, hey man, are we going to do this or what? You going to do this or what? And so we did. And so, so over the course of the last 5 years, we've done Chattanooga Beard Company, and it's grown substantially for us. And we ship across the country. We've shipped around the world. And so they're doing a great job with Chattanooga Beard Company, and they're gonna continue to do that as they grow. So
I'm definitely excited. I've had a lot of friends talk about Chattanooga Beer Co. I've not had a chance to try it yet. It's on my list to try.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully at Beard-A-Nooga, there'll be a little bit of a station out there that we can pick some up. So
the Harley Davidson shop where we're having it, the White Lightning, they carry Chattanooga Beard Company products. So we'll have them there.
Here you go, Honey Badger. Barber's brought the business. Beard's brought the barber business back.
I agree with that. If there's 100%, that it did, and so did that real trendy haircut that got real popular. And it was, some would call it kind of a hipster. Now it's kind of got a title of a hipster, but that real initially, when that real nice World War II, like your grandfather used to have, that haircut with a hard part, man, when that came out, our business just skyrocketed, and it made barbering cool again. It went from having a barber shop like in Mayberry, which I think is amazing. I'd love to go to the barber shop in Mayberry, but I'm a barber. But it went from kind of having that to having all these trendy barbers. These guys people that are cool to go to. You don't have to go to any of the clips anymore. You can actually go to a private studio and get a good, have a good trim and have a good cut. So I agree with you. Bearding did start that.
I think bearding definitely helped. Me personally, I've always loved a good old school barber. I love the straight razor on the side, on the back of your neck, like that clean. It makes you feel like it's a cleaner cut.
Yeah.
So I was very happy to see barbershops kind of expand. I've been to a few barbershops around the country now that have had cigar bars and bourbon bars mixed in with them,
Yeah.
You go in to get a haircut while you're waiting, have a glass of bourbon and a cigar and just kind of relax a little bit. Almost like a gentleman's club that's open to everybody, not to be confused with the strip club atmosphere that Gentleman's Club has stole the name, but the actual old school gentleman's club.
Right. Because just for a moment of time, you're in the barbershop, a moment every 4 to 6 weeks that you're in the barbershop. And you're able to sit down, relax. We don't have any TVs in our shop. You're able to sit down and relax. We have a checkerboard. If you want to play checkers with your kids, you can play checkers or whatever with somebody. It's just a moment. That's to me what a barbershop is a lot about. It's just moments of time, just where you can sit back and just take a moment and a breather and just relax and know that you're in good hands. To me, that's what a barbershop really kind of, and of course it brings the community together. You never know who you're going to see in the barbershop.
Right.
And so, it brings all walks of life together. No one says, oh, hey, I'm so-and-so. What do you do necessarily at the barbershop? Because we're all there for the same reason. That's to get cleaned up,
So with that being said, where is your barbershop?
So we're in Chattanooga. It's called Chapel Barber and Beard Supply. It's on Airport Road. We're really close to the airport.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember if you remember where Biker's Emporium was. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not there. It's not there. Okay, but if you make a left on the airport road, we're like 2 blocks down on the left-hand side. And,
okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that just took me back a little bit too.
I did though.
Yeah, I remember going out that way. I was sitting there thinking, and me and Aaron and Natalie were just talking about this because we were trying to figure out. I was like, I was trying to remember. I was asking them where they were going to stay, and they were like, "Oh, it's Hamilton Place." I'm like, "Oh, okay, out Gun Barrel Road. Okay, out in that area. I know where that's going to be." So, but it just like I said, it's been fun for me to see all the updates and everything, just because like I'm like that's home. Like, and
Yeah.
it's cool to see the bearding community kind of expand. And I know that Roshi and the Chattanooga villains down there have they split off from the Smoky Mountain villains to start their own chapter a little bit further south, and to see it kind of expand and grow is really great, because you are a new villain as well. You've been in for how long now?
I'm not even patched yet.
Yeah.
I've been on less than 3 months, man. Yeah, it's great though. I love it so far. It's been good.
So what was one of the things that because like we talked about this a little before we went on the air, you said that, you were never really into the whole social club scene or anything like that. So what's it been like for you coming into the villains, and kind of like, what's one of the things that kind of stood out to you the most when you first came in?
Oh man, it's like I was never. I've always kind of been a little bit of a loner. I've never in a fraternity. I was never in the military. I never really had all this structured kind of community or brotherhood or anything like that. And then initially when I got in, I was, I wasn't kind of holding back. I was just kind of watching to see how it all played out. And really, it's a brotherhood. It really is to see. It's just to watch one guy in these chats talk another guy up. I'm in a barber chat. They just like, hey man, today's my last day of school. Everybody's talking good stuff to each other, and it's just really a brotherhood about it. And it's they're all charity driven. They all have a good heart. They all want to give back. And to me, I think giving back is the best thing, the biggest thing that we can do. Because I mean, I don't have a lot of money to give, but I got some extra time. It's like I got some extra things I want to give back, and being a part of that, like the wheel that's already spinning very well. I just kind of jumped in and just kind of wanted. I'm still kind of seeing where I fit and seeing where my place is inside the group. But yeah, I love it so far. It's so good. I'm so glad I did it. It took me a long time to make that jump into kind of identifying with the group, but I'm so glad that I did. Chattanooga villains are great so far.
Yeah, and we're, as Chris Wilson just said, I've always loved the Tennessee villains. No matter the chapter, they're all awesome dudes. Absolutely. I've had nothing but positive experiences with every villain I've met out of the Tennessee chapters, whether it be the 3-star, the not, like Smoky Mountain, Chattanooga. They were my first experience with the Smoky Mountain villains was they came up here for the Bearded Villains Kentucky chapter. For one of their birthdays, and we actually got to hang out at the bar and where they were having a little get together at, and just kind of chat and get to know each other, and fell in love with it. Like they're one of my favorite groups to interact with. So he's been a great hopeful. There you go. So
Who said that? I'm sorry, I can't read very well.
be Ginger Snap.
Ginger Snap. Thanks, sir. Congratulations, Mr. Ginger Snap.
Oh, what's the congratulations for?
Well, I believe he's the new president. That's what he is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a new president and a new vice president. Oh, sorry. So we got captain, not president. See, I'm telling you, I got to learn this stuff. I'm not like sometimes the sergeant and the colonels and all that stuff. Whenever it comes to that kind of stuff, man, I fail in the man category. I just fail, absolutely fail. So yeah, he's a new captain, and then Buddy, Buddy,
Yeah,
he's a new co-captain.
okay.
So he's great, and so we've been working together with Beard-A-Nooga, so good. Love it so far.
So now they've came in as a partner with you on the Beard-A-Nooga programming now. So.
Well, I can't really say that because it's like it was kind of my idea. Yeah, we done it once before, but I really wanted to. I can't do it by myself,
no.
and I really wanted. I mean, it's ours, it's gonna now our baby, to kind of mold into something, and because they've tremendous helps, I say helps, like I hate to make a difference, because it's like, yeah, it's kind of my brain, I made it up, but they're also right here with me now, and they're just so good, so good.
It's always nice to have additional help when you like when you're getting into this. I put on the competition for Bearding Without Borders back in May, and I let just a few people really kind of get in and help me, mainly my wife, and I was very grateful to have her on my side to help me out because it was a massive undertaking, and she
Yeah.
she picked up the slack where I left off. I was very grateful for that, and can't thank her enough. So, and it's not like I said, it's nice to have a team behind you to help you out. You said this is what your second year running Beard-A-Nooga,
Yeah,
and
this is our second one. Yeah, it's our second one. Hopefully this thing becomes a really big destination. My goal for this is to make this a destination one. Like, hey, you gotta go to Beard-A-Nooga because it is, like you said, so centrally located. It just makes sense for us to have a big fat one here.
and truthfully, like a lot of comps in Tennessee are Nashville, Knoxville. They're the bigger cities. So to see Chattanooga, throw something down on the map is great
Mhm.
because Chattanooga in itself is a wonderful city that just doesn't get a lot of talk about in the beard community. But, like I said, growing up near there, that was, I mean, anytime we wanted to go do something fun, it was always at Chattanooga.
Yeah,
So, and I hope that when people come into town, they see that Chattanooga has a lot to offer. Not
yeah.
to move there, not to move there. I want to make sure we understand that. Matt,
Here's the deal. Yeah, go ahead.
but it's also a great time, like just you can go check out the history. You can go, find all sorts of fun places to go. I remember a lot of times, yeah, Chattanooga is definitely going to take off. I mean, Chattanooga started taking off when the VW plant moved in down there,
Oh, mhm.
and then the Amazon fulfillment center.
100%. Yeah, it sure did. Because if we never really hit that recession, I think it was in '08. I think
Yeah,
Chattanooga would never really felt that recession. I don't think because of the VW plant, in my opinion. But you know, it
and
just never. And so many people are moving here,
yeah,
especially since you can now live wherever you want to and work in the same place, work remotely. And yeah, it just seems to get bigger and bigger and better.
looks like you'll have some Beard Mob Tennessee in town. I know that Who's Your Beard Alliance from Indiana will be coming down.
Oh, sweet.
And then Bearding Without Borders. Me and my wife will be making the trip down to come and
Yeah,
sit with you guys on that Saturday. So I'm looking
man.
forward to meeting a bunch of people there. So
Yeah, it's gonna be good, dude. We got this chair. I kind of want to keep it secret, but I also want to tell you about it. So we got this chair coming in that's made of it's welded together with torches, right? It's like just torch. It's a chair of torches, right? And so this thing shoots out flames. And so you're able to sit in it, take a picture with it, and it shoots out flames whenever you're sitting in it.
that's
Just
awesome.
wanted to just want
That's
to throw
going
that
to
in
be
there.
really cool to see. That's
It's pretty cool.
that's going up on TikTok somewhere. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And we got the kettle corn man coming. If you like kettle corn like I do,
okay,
I can eat kettle corn 4 or 5 bags a week if they let me.
that's dangerous. That's dangerous right there. So getting into Beard-A-Nooga though, man, let's talk about the categories. So go ahead and break us down. Tell us all your categories that you got coming. Do you know off the top
So
of your
we
head?
so we got 7 of them. We got 1 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 and greater, partial, and mustache. Oh, it's 6, right?
Yep.
6. Missing one.
Let me see if I can hunt it down for you.
Let's see here.
Let's
We
see.
got 1 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 and greater, mustache, partial. There's 7. There's 7. What am I missing here, y'all?
I'm looking. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up the event page right now just so we can see if we can find the other one.
There's always the one. What is it? What would even be missing? How many more options are there?
I think
One to
you picked
4,
everything.
4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 and greater, partial.
Freestyle. There you go.
Freestyle. Yeah, so we got a freestyle. So yeah, we got seven of them. And it's going to be inside, by the way. So at first, no, we were thought this was going to be an outside competition, and Harley has opened up their doors to us to do it inside. So we're going to actually be doing it inside the dealership.
Okay, that's
We'll have
cool.
yeah, we'll have a stage and whatnot. They're bringing out bikes and then setting us up a place inside. So we were concerned about rain, which is not supposed to rain, but of course it's September in Chattanooga, and it's going to be hot. So yeah, it's going to be inside.
Okay, even better. Like get a little bit of the air conditioning in there. So
Yeah.
and then you said that you have one of the US 101 DJs that's going to MC.
Yep. Mo from the Mo and Stickman show from US 101. He does afternoons. He's been on US 101 for a long time. I remember listening to him when he was on the nighttime show, but now he does the afternoon show, and him and Mo do a great job. And he was the MC for the Chattanooga Villains 1 year event, and he did a great job there. So we invited him back, and he was so gracious to help out and do us again. I mean, he's doing it for charity, so he doesn't charge a dime. So he's just great, and everybody helping us out has been just so great.
And so let's get into your judges. Who do you have for your judges?
All right, we got 6 of them. We got 6 judges.
Okay.
So I'll start with. Let's see here. We have a lady from News Channel 12. She's one of our celebrity judges. Her name is Andy Daly. She's our kind of a celebrity judge. We have 3 hair professionals. We have one of which is my wife. She's been doing hair for 20 years. She hears about beards every day, even when she doesn't want to hear about beards. And she's actually she's an instructor now. She's a cosmetology instructor. She did hair for 20 years. She had a couple back surgeries, and now she's a cosmetology instructor. So we got a lady named Angel Kachinko. She's at my shop. She's a beard trimmer, just like I am, and she cuts beards all day long. She's one of the best in the business. She's great, and yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. And so that's with trimming beards. And see, 1, 2, that's 3. We got 3 more. We got Amanda King from King Cave.
Okay.
It used to be called Man Cave. It's called King Cave, Beards and Shears, I believe. Amanda King. It's down in Fort Oglethorpe, actually. I've known her for some years. They've carried Chattanooga Beard for a little bit and some other stuff. And so we've worked together for a while. And she was a judge with me at the Chattanooga Villain 1 year anniversary. And she did a great job as a judge. And then we got Lance Adams from Lance was the MC at our first competition.
Okay.
He's pretty well represented in the beard community for a long time.
Yeah,
When I think about him, I think about Lynn Beardstrong. I don't know if you know Lynn Beardstrong,
I do.
who's going to be at the contest. I'm trimming his beard before he gets there, by the way. He's such a legend. And then, of course, the big dog and the celebrity, at least in the beard community, at least our celebrity judge, is Aaron Johnson from Honest Amish Man. He's going to be there and doing us a favor and coming out and helping us out. And so those are the 6 judges we got, all of which are well groomed in beard knowledge, and they kind of know. It's not we didn't just get whoever to do. We really wanted a fairly good judge to beard competition.
I think I'm gonna have to get down there early and go try out some of these master beard barbers that you're talking about. Try to catch you on a Friday. So yeah, fantastic panel. Yeah, 100% agrees. Like that sounds like a great panel. And it's so wild because you see such a range in panels when it comes to judges. You'll see 3 judges, 5 judges. I've seen competitions with 10 judges.
Mm-hmm.
About 6 is a good number. I mean, like to have on there. It's that way you kind of get different perspectives and everybody kind of sees the whole thing from one side to the other. So, and it really kind of balances out, makes it fair across the board. I really like that. That is a fantastic panel. I'm a little partial to at least, Aaron on there, but that's just because Aaron's been a long time friend. But you definitely picked a great panel. I'm excited to see this play out. I'm really, like I said, I'm super excited to come home, and I'm hoping to drag some friends from the area in to this competition. And some of them have never even heard of a beard competition. So
those are my favorite. They always like it's always like when you walk into a strip club for the first time. Not that I've ever done that for the first time, but you know what I'm saying. It's like
Right.
they look around, they're like, "What the what?" And they're like, "Yeah, like these." I don't know. I don't know what to say. Just walk around and look. I'm always like, I promise they're nice. Look.
So, and I know that we mentioned about like charity and whatnot. Is there a charity that goes on specifically for Beard-A-Nooga?
Yes. So this is a really cool thing. Uh, it's a very special thing. Okay. I've over the course of the last year or so, I have met a number of people, kind of met some guys that have helped me to change my lifestyle, and the way my health. You know, from Optimize You, who actually is a sponsor. From getting to I take testosterone and some other things. Anyway, I met a guy who's a nutritionist, and they recently had a baby, right? And so when I found out his story, one thing leads to another. So the baby was diagnosed with what's called EIEE, and which is a very severe, rare form of epilepsy. And um, so initially, when I heard about this, she was in the hospital, and I reached out to Adam's dad. Is his dad's name? It's the dad's name? It's her dad's name. And I kind of didn't know what to do with the charity. And then whenever I heard the story, it kind of hit me. I was like, okay, this is what we want to do. And so I reached out to him, and he said, "Well, I don't know what to say." I was like, "Well, just say yes." And so he said yes. And so we've been working with that, and because of the severity of her disease, she did pass away. And so we've been working with the Epilepsy Foundation, and along with the family, and every bit of money is still going to go to the family. Like everything's going to go, because they say they have all kinds of costs. And so yeah, it's kind of it's a really special situation, and we hope to honor it along the way.
You know what? I'm excited to get down there and help even more now. When you can get into a charity or doing work for a family, it always seems a little more like everything we do for the community, whether it be for a big charity or a smaller charity. And as somebody who puts a lot of focus and emphasis on smaller charities, uh, I love doing stuff for families or small charity work and just being involved. And because you really get to see the emotion and the experience that those people get out of that. So
Yeah, you do. You sure do. You get to see that it really doesn't go to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it for big charities ever, but
no, no, no,
you really get to see that dollar go to directly affect somebody, and that's a big deal.
it is. It makes a world of difference, and you may not realize it until you've done. Like we just did this past weekend. We did the Jackson's Miracle competition, which was a friend of ours in the beard community. His nephew was born premature and had some heart issues and is having major surgery. And we hosted a online competition to help raise money for them, and we raised $1,500 uh, for that competition to go to that family to help them out in their time of need. So I'm very excited to see what we can do and help raise money for this family and for the cause. So
Yeah, it's so great, and it's yeah. I'm just the entry fee is $20, and man, I hope everybody just comes in and just I hope we get all kinds of people from everywhere. I really do, we've got sponsors for this too, and
yeah,
we're able to raise quite a bit of money through the sponsorships that these guys have sponsored, and the sponsorships. The cool thing about a lot of these sponsorships is that like it's these are the people that he works with, like some of the businesses that like he literally works in. The dad works in and with, and so Optimize You referred me that it's just all they all work together, and with Nutrition World and all those guys right there, and so it's really special right there, all that sponsorship.
I'm 100% behind this.
Yeah,
Let's see. Oh, there you go. See you Saturday. So, and I'll talk about that more here in a few minutes. But So, I mean, honestly, man, I think it's going to be great. $20 is a fair price. I know at least Kentucky, Indiana will be represented. I'm hoping to see a lot of Georgia. I'm hoping to see other states come out of nowhere. Like I want this thing to be massively successful, and I will be plugging and promoting as much as possible to help you
Thank you
guys
so
out.
much.
And, hey, not a problem, man. So we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up here. Is there any final things you want to add in here, Matt?
Man, thanks so much for having me. I really do appreciate it. I hope that so many come out and just come out and it's a good social. It's a good time to hang out with some bunch of hairy people. Some of your bearded friends, and for a good cause. It's like I've never had a bad time at a beard event. And
And
if
we're doing
if,
it at
if,
a Harley dealership. Come on.
dude, we got Harleys. I've got the vendors. Some of the vendors are super cool. I don't know. It's just what else do you really need? We got beer. We got beer. It's
Wouldn't be a beer
I
company
mean,
a little bit without it. So
it wouldn't be a beer competition without it. If you want to bring your cooler, bring your cooler. I'm not going to ask you what you got in there. Keep it in your car, whatever. The beer. I don't think we're charging for it either. Harley Davidson is chipping in pretty big with that. And so I'm not going to say free beer because I don't know if you can say free beer, but I know that it's not going to be. We're not charging for it. So
you
yeah,
take donations for it. So
yeah, donations for it. Absolutely, man. We've got smash burgers. We got a food truck with smash burgers. We got tacos. We got food. We got music. We've got Josh Driver from here. He's a local guy in here. And we're hopefully we've covered most of all the bases that anybody could want for a Saturday afternoon at a beer competition.
I really think so. And that's the great part about it is this is a daytime competition.
Yeah.
So it starts at noon. Registration is from
Registration at 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, registration from 10 to 12, and then it starts at noon. And yeah, depending on how many people, of course, that's how long it'll last. But hope this thing lasts a while. They close at 6, so let's close it down, right?
absolutely. So all right, guys. Well, Matt, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna kick you to the back. Give me just a few minutes. I'm gonna do a wrap up, and we'll talk a little after.
All right, perfect, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Matt. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Chicken Wing. I'm sorry that it's been a little rough lately, brother. If you wanna give a shout out, or give me a shout later on, then you can. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. But tonight, guys, was about Beard-A-Nooga going on next weekend, September the 2nd, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, at White Lightning Harley Davidson. We're going to get down there and we're going to help out a family in need. We're going to have a great time. I'm excited to see Chris and Aaron and whoever else shows up. I'm excited to meet a bunch of new people, come hang out, and let's just have some fun. Going into our cleanup, as Mr. Enstrom just chimed in here. He's currently at PopCon getting set up, and I will be at PopCon on Saturday in Indianapolis, Indiana, to do a live podcast starting around noon at PopCon. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm a little nervous about doing this one. Definitely outside my my wheelhouse and in a unfamiliar territory. So hoping for a good show and a good turnout, and see what guest pops up with me. We could be talking about some beard stuff, could be talking about a little bit of everything. So I'm excited. I hope you guys, if you're in the area, come out and give me some support. It'd be greatly appreciated. Going into it, let's go ahead and start with, of course, Boston Scully. Got my Black Rose Peaky on tonight with my Timmy White Shoes pen. So 15% off. Use code Bearded Rook to get your hats. Any of your Scully caps, that's always the same, guys. That's never going to change. Also, big shout out, of course, to Vintage Grooming with Death Grip. I, of course, love my Death Grip. Been really still hung up on the Night Owl Beard Balm. It's one of my favorites. Bounce between it and Valhalla from Mad Viking Beard Co. You can't go wrong with either. But shout out to Levi and Death Grip for always taking care of me and making sure I've got enough mustache wax and balm to hold me over. So going in, of course, if you're looking for something to get into this weekend or even next weekend, of course, if you're looking for some information about Beard-A-Nooga, you can find it at thebeardcalendar.com. Can't beat it. It's the best place to go. Following weekend after Beard-A-Nooga will be the Music City Moonshine Classic, hosted by Beard Mom Tennessee in Nashville. They have really pulled out all the stops. I don't know if you guys have been seeing it. Scott Turner's been blowing it up and putting a lot of the cool stuff out there. Of course, it's going to be for the amputee Blade Runners. And I might have actually found a few extra of the hands-free sticker or pin-free stickers floating around. If anybody's interested in them, I will still gladly go ahead and put those out there, bring them with me to Nashville so you guys can pick them up, and then I'll donate all that money back into the amputee Blade Runners. Going into the first weekend of October will be Big Whisker Revival, hosted by the Cincinnati Beard Barons. As always put on a great show. It's going to be in Newport, Kentucky, and Taxi's promised me some pretty cool changes this year. So keep an eye out for those on the event page. And if you've never been to Big Whisker, you're missing out 100%. So I am definitely excited for the Moonshine Classic as well. So, and then of course the following weekend, right now, we're still waiting on some updates, is Monsters Ball, hosted by Mad Viking, Beard and Mustache Club of Maryland and Delaware, and of course sponsored by Mad Viking. That one looks like it's going to be great. We do have another competition. I haven't got the flyer on here. October 21st, Northern Indiana Villains will be putting on their competition, their annual competition, and I will get some details. Me and BP were just talking about this last week or the week before, and I need to get some more details out. So I'll get that out to you guys, get that shared out to the page. And of course, first weekend in November is the 2023 Honest Amish National Beard and Mustache Championships in Daytona Beach. I'm excited. This will be my first time going to nationals. So hope to see you guys there and hope to walk away with a title myself. So, all right, guys, that's going to be the show tonight. Once again, thank you guys for coming in and always tuning in. Not a problem, Joe. Thank you for tuning in anyway. So I hope everybody's doing well. Chicken Wing, if you need to talk, brother, I'm always here for you. Other than that, just remember, guys, always leave things better than how you found it, and always strive to leave a legacy. Have a good night, guys.